Hello everyone, RPG Kingdom Kid back with some more Yakuza Like a Dragon. In the previous video we finally beat Majima and Taiga, and we learned some things. We learned about what the big plan was with the dojo and everything. So before we continue on with which I'm gonna assume is most likely gonna be the end of the end of this chapter, is I want to do this one sub story that's over here for one reason. And not really one reason.
You're gonna be in a world. Come on now.
For a reason is that I'm pretty like, so after there's a sub story tied to each girl, so that means there's six sub stories, because there's a girl that's tied to all of my characteristics things, so that's 6. Oh yeah, I should actually show before I show. So there's 6. So, and I have 10 left. There's 10 left. So there's 6 sub stories tied to the girls. Okay. And then there's the one tied after once you do all those. So that's 7. Now I have this sub story right here. So that's 8. And then the last 2 are Dragon Card related, which I can't do until chapter 15. So that is 10. Yeah, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'll be able to wrap up all of the sub-stories in chapter 15. So what I probably plan to do is, 1, I'm going to do this sub-story right here. And then 2, we'll do the main story. And then once we get to chapter 15, when I can continue on with the Dragon Card, I'll do the Dragon Card, and then I'll do all the girls. So, because, yeah, I think I'm going to just have like a whole episode kind of dedicated to the girls' sub-story. Because I have a feeling some of them are going to be long. Plus, I still need to like give all the bouquets to the girls and such, so. Shit. There's one thing. Oh yeah, the Sujimon decks. So actually doing all of that, like, I am I am surprised like how much Sujimon I have left. Like, obviously, I don't think I'll be able to complete this until the premium adventure. So I didn't really spoil myself. I kind of figured this would be the case. So unlike previous Yakuza games, the Amon fight is not tied to the sub-stories. He's actually tied to the premium, to a dungeon that is only accessed in premium mode, which is only accessible in so Amon is tied to a dungeon in premium mode, which is only accessible once you beat the story. There we go. So I have a feeling that's probably what this Sujimon at the bottom here. This is probably the Amon down here. And if this is going by bosses, it looks like we only have like 4 bosses left. Well, 4 bosses that we have fought beforehand. Like, yeah. But yeah, going through that thing really helped out with this, so. I still need to go back to the dude to get the one prize. But anyway, hey, what's up with this? Oh, hello.
I could really use a drink right about now.
Oh, yeah. Beer sounds great.
I was thinking wine. White wine's real good this time of year.
Yeah? You a big wine guy, Adachi-san?
I guess so. Wanted to be a sommelier way back when.
So why didn't you?
You know, I could never stop drinking after that first sip. I'd get so drunk, I wouldn't have been able to tell a white from a red.
Yeah, that'd definitely complicate things.
Yay. What's up with him? You hurt or something?
Hey, Pops. You alright?
I'm just on the job, but my tendinitis is killing me these days. Each time I click this tally counter...
Hey now, don't hurt yourself. Why don't you take a break if it's hurting that badly?
Why don't you use your other
I had
hand?
some help, but
Or
they
arm.
bailed on me last minute. Can't exactly take a break anymore. Oh! Oh!
Whoa, easy. That doesn't sound good. Want me to call you an ambulance?
No. As long as I don't use the tally counter, I'm good. Besides, it's not like anyone's rushing out to do my job. Kids of today aren't interested in the modest life of a traffic census taker.
The traffic sensei.
Traffic sensor? The hell's that?
What? You've never heard of a traffic census before?
Never in my life. Bet it's complicated, though. Yeah?
Oh no, it's quite easy. My job simply entails counting the pedestrians and cars that pass by.
Ah. So, how do you count them?
I sit along the edge of this road and count everything that comes through.
What do you mean?
For example, let's say I count cars.
Hey, you okay?
Can't you just use your other hand?
More or less. Whenever a car passes by, you click the counter like this. Got it?
Sure. Something passes by, I click the thing.
Right you are. You're a quick learner. Well, now that you know the rules, what do you say we give it a try?
Hold up. I might have learned how it's done, but I never said anything about doing the job.
Oh, come on, Kasuga.
No! You really say that to a man whose crippling tendinitis is keeping him from the
Crippling
very thing he
tendinitis?
Please, my super perm friend. Oh, the pain's getting worse by the click. Oh. And it pays pretty well for a job where you sit on your rump all day.
At the end of the day, it's still just counting shit. What do I do? Sure, I'll give it a try.
Guess it wouldn't hurt to try.
Really? Oh, that'd be a big help. By the way, what's your name?
Ichiban Kasuga.
Kasuga-kun. A fine name. I'm Shirabe Michino. Been doing the traffic census job around these parts
Michino?
for 30 years now.
30 years? You're a real veteran, huh?
I suppose so. Nothing goes uncounted thanks to these eyes. My peers call me the traffic census sensei.
Makes you sound like a legend, Pops.
Yeah, well, not while my hands active.
Wait, if doing your job gives you tendinitis, wouldn't that mean there's a lot of physical labor involved?
No, it's not a physically demanding job by any means. Traffic in these parts is quite hectic, you see? It takes a lightning-fast clicker. And you seem a heck of a lot sturdier than me, Kasuga-kun, so it's nothing you need to worry about.
Okay, so all I gotta do is keep that counter clicking.
Yes, indeed. The clicking of the counter paves the way for road plans, construction projects, the very future as we know it.
So that's why I'd always see guys sitting on their asses clicking these things.
Exactly. They were counting all different types of cars and people. Businesses and organizations use this data to advance city development.
Huh. Learn something every day.
Well, I'd very much like to start practicing, but are you ready?
Yeah, lay it on me.
Good answer. Then consider your training officially
All right, let's do
begun.
this.
Why don't we first start off by counting how many men pass by within 15 seconds?
The number of men passing by.
Okay.
All right, cool.
That's one man. 2, 3.
I got it.
4. That's 4. 4 men. Were you able to get the accurate number? All right, let's get a look at that tally counter. Hey, that's perfect good. Pretty good, Kasuga-kun. Nice accurate count. It was nothing. Well then, here's your compensation. Oh shit, and my confidence just got the maximum.
For real?
Give me this much for clicking a little clicky thing? Perks of the job. You didn't think you were trained for nothing, did you? There's more to traffic sensors than this, however. We'll get into more advanced techniques next time. What? You gonna make me click it harder? If this job was easy, I wouldn't have tendonitis. Regardless, harder work will mean higher pay. I hope this entices you to stop by. Sure, I'll come by when I get some free time. Like right now, if they'll let me. Or this might be one of those I have to like leave the area and then come back. Nope, I can do it right now. Hell yeah. Ah, Kasuga-kun, we meet again. Feel like helping me with the traffic census?
Yeah.
Sure, we'll give it another go. Thanks, Kasuga-kun. That'd be a big help. Okay then, let's try counting the number of women who pass by within a 20-second time frame. Okay. I need women. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I got it.
That's 7. Phew. I think that's it. Good work. Let's get a look at your tally counter. Hey, that's pretty good, Kasuga-kun. A nice, accurate count. I think I'm getting the hang of this. Well then, here's your compensation. My memory wasn't as sharp as yours when I was younger. I certainly had my share of supervisors yelling at me. Maybe, but 30 years later, and you're still here. That's right. I'm surprised you remembered that. 30 years. I've supported this city from behind the scenes. Truthfully, I wasn't the best father, so this job is my pride and joy. Pride and joy, huh? Fitting for someone called the traffic census sensei. Please, you're getting me all choked up. Kasuga-kun, you're indeed a fast learner, so come by soon and I'll teach you the rest. Huh? You're still not done? Isn't it exhilarating though? Your compensation will be even higher next time. Do stop by again. Yeah, I'll be back. I almost feel like I should save before I do this, just so I'm like, get it accurately. I'm curious, like, how many more times I have to do this now. Yeah, Kasuga-kun. Also, I want to know, what the fuck does this do? Like, what is the purpose of this thing? Like, what's the purpose of this guy's census-taking job or whatever it is? Like, he's not, like, taking a census of people. He's just like, oh, this is how... Well, in traffic, I guess. Maybe it's, like, to know, like, how busy a thing is. Today, I don't think they do that anymore. Or at least a person doesn't do that anymore. Alright, Kasuga-kun, we meet again. Feel like helping me with the traffic census?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll give it another go. Thanks, Kasuga-kun. That'd be a big help. Let's get into some even more difficult counting. I'd like you to separately count the number of men and women within the 15-second time frame. Streets are busier than usual today, so keep those eyes peeled. So sounds harder than the last two. Okay, here goes nothing. So I need to count the men and women. Okay. 2 men, 1 woman. 2 women, 3 women. 3 men, 4 men, 5 men. 5 each so far. 6 women. 6 women and 5 men. I don't know what you count that robot, though. 6 women, 5 men. So I'm not sure about everything I saw back there. I think that is this. 6 women, 5 men. 6 women. 6 women, 5 men.
Thank you, Kasuga-kun. That was perfect. Take this as compensation.
30,000.
This road's busy as hell. My fingers are killing me.
Yeah, it's seen all sorts of people since it was first opened way back when. Counting may be a handful, but I think it's actually quite interesting, don't you? Frankly, I absolutely love the work we do.
I never really thought about it before, but this city's actually pretty neat.
I have to admit, I'm surprised at how fast you picked this up, Kasuga-kun.
Hey, what better teacher than the traffic census sensei himself?
You flatter me. That said, I know a good pupil when I see one. I can retire in peace knowing you're around, Kasuga-kun.
What are you talking about, Pops? Not running on fumes just yet, are you?
Well, to tell you the truth, turns out the tendonitis afflicting this old arm of mine is worse than I feared.
Oh no.
What do you mean?
It's not just pain and swelling, but numbness as well. My doctors told me to stop using the tally counter.
No way.
Oh, it's no cause for concern. If anything, it's inspired me to pass on this job to the coming generation. Kasuga-kun, what do you think of the traffic sensors now that you've tried it for yourself?
Huh? Well, it's pretty tough for how modest the work is. Got kind of frustrated here and there.
I thought as much. Yes, it is modest work. Still, each day I click away at that counter and watch as the scenery changes bit by bit. Truly warms my heart. I want nothing more than to share that passion and joy with those next in line.
Guess I'm first in that line, huh?
It would seem so. I'm truly grateful that you came to help me in my time of need, Kasuga-kun.
Really, I should be thanking you for letting me try it out. Though, next in line sounds like a pretty big responsibility.
Oh, that reminds me. Here, Kasuga-kun.
Oh, it's an old tally counter. Battered tally
I've
counter.
held on to that for some time now, in hopes that I might one day pass it on to a worthy successor.
A worthy successor?
Mind you, it's nothing fancy. Just a little something to commemorate you, Kasuga-kun, as my very first pupil.
Oh, sure. In that case, thank you.
There will come a time when I can no longer look after Japan's aspiring census takers, and the task will inevitably fall to you. Oh, I just remembered something I have to do.
Hey, wait a sec, Pops. I didn't sign up for that.
What's that?
What's
Did you
that?
say something?
My hero's not so good.
He's gone. Damn it, what the hell was that? So that's a traffic census. A lot more to it than I thought. Guess it takes all sorts of jobs to keep a city going.
I guess. Yeah. Although I feel like people don't do that job anymore. Boom, 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 boom. Ivy. Bye, bitch. Get the fuck away from me. Yeah, I went back here on screen, right? Well, anyway, this is what that one key got me at the end of that one part. And I opened up all these safes because I had the golden keys. Alright, it's time to head on back to Santenbori. And most likely wrap up this chapter. So now I have 9 sub-stories left. This is such a weird spot for a fucking taxi to be at. Like it's in a parking lot of a business establishment. Then again, maybe it's not weird. Who knows? That's just how I think. I hope this isn't another situation where I feel like I'm gonna get my ass handed to me. Fuck this. Taking a taxi there so I can eat at the spot that will give me experience without getting me drunk. Eat at the eat at this place right here, and you'll get the experience boost for 3 fights if you select the thing. But I just eat them all because why the fuck not?
Who's hungry?
Hey, sweet Gorman.
Me!
ありがとうございました。
Arigato. Okay, let's go to the taxi. I'm gonna save before I get into the taxi, just in case I need to, like, oh, fuck this shit, and, basically go level up again. I don't think that'll be the case, though. I don't think that'll be the case. Wow, I have over 80 hours in this game. I mean, I think I'm pretty damn close to around that in all of the Yakuza games I've played. The Alliance. Yeah, we're just walking in. Nobody's gonna recognize me? Okay. Yeah, sure. Or nobody's gonna realize how this whole group does not fit in. Stay there. Just fucking stay there. Don't come anywhere close to me. Ichiban, just stay.
Hold up there.
Uh-oh. Hi, Tendo.
Who's this guy again?
Tendo, one of the Omi lieutenants.
Yeah. I think I recognize him.
From where?
What you mumbling to yourself about? Spit it out. While you're at it, why are you here and how'd you even get in?
Tendo, let him through. He's my guest.
Your guest,
Okay.
huh? But acting captain, isn't he?
Exactly right. The man who took a bullet from my gun straight on. And now here he is, back from hell itself to see the captain released from prison.
Yeah? That is real commitment. Well, if he causes any trouble, any at all, it'll be on you to clean up the mess. Agreed?
It'll be fine.
So don't cause a mess now.
I'll go back to trying to figure out what the hell is going down here today.
Nothing to figure out except the popcorn. So you can watch this shit turn the Omi Alliance on its head.
You think?
Ichiban, shut the fuck up.
Remember
Shut the
what you
fuck up.
did in Ijincho? Now it's your turn.
Shut the fuck up, Ichiban. Ichiban, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Ichiban. Shut up. Shut the fuck up, Ichiban. Ichiban, shut the fuck up. Don't say shit. Don't say shit, dude. Don't even, like, insinuate anything, dude.
I just realized who he is. He used to be a star heavyweight boxer. He's the loony who agreed to fix a fight for money, but when he didn't get paid, he beat the fixers to death.
Oh, yeah. I remember that, too.
Okay.
What a role model, huh?
Oh, I remember. Is that Watase? I remember him. I remember him. That's Watase. I remember him in past Yakuza games. If that's Watase. Yep,
home,
it
sir.
is. I remember him. I think he took over Masura Watase, Omi Alliance captain, Watase family patriarch. I think he's the guy that took over. Not took over, but I remember him in Yakuza 6 at least.
Here's the plan. The Omi Alliance was more or less split in half when they marched on Kamurocho. But most of the officers, the ones with tenure anyway, are still here in Sotenbori. Soon they'll all be gathering in the HQ's banquet hall, celebrating Watase's release. But by then, Watase will already have a document in his breast pocket.
The Omi Alliance of Kansai started off as the idea of a few ambitious men more than 100 years ago. In the early days, we were fierce, ready to go to war at any moment.
I don't have a
Although
feeling
when we
he's gonna
fought against
die.
other factions, We know these wars took a heavy toll on the people here in the city we call home. For that, we are deeply sorry. Therefore, on this day, the presiding chairman does declare, and I, Captain Watase, do co-sign this official document which proclaims the Omi Alliance of Kansai is hereby dissolved.
Huh? What the fuck?
What the
This
fuck?
we pledge to the Osaka PD.
What? Why are you doing this, Captain? What are you thinking?
I'm Daigo Dojima, 6th chairman of the Tojo clan.
Tojo clan? The fuck's he doing here?
As the Omi Alliance does, so shall we. The Tojo clan is also officially dissolved. Watase-san and I will serve as each other's witnesses as we each end our factions together. This decision was ratified by the Omi chairman, Captain Watase, and acting Captain Masumi Arakawa.
Bullshit! What kind of shady crap is this?
Yeah.
Did Mitsu tell you that, Ichiban?
Oh.
Remember now?
Yeah, but I still didn't think that Tojo and Omi would just dissolve at the same time.
I know. This is going to send shockwaves through our world, and many will oppose it. Doubtless, someone will try to start a war of succession. But we anticipated that, and built many defenses against it.
Defenses? What did you have to do?
The 6th chairman planned every last detail.
Yes, he does.
Watase was involved too.
Diego.
He felt the
He was
same
hard-
sorrow
he was-
as I
I
did about the
freaking-
future of Yakuza
I
life.
gotta pause this because I don't want to talk over them talking about the plan. Diego, you actually get first introduced. Well, depend on if you played the original Yakuza games from OG Yakuza 1 to present day. You'd actually meet him in original Yakuza 2. But you actually meet him in Yakuza 0 as a kid, as a sub-story, which is actually pretty cool. And then you meet him again in Yakuza 2, because that follows the line. Because the story for Yakuza 2 mostly is, so, again, I mentioned, like, this game spoils Yakuza 0 through 6. I'm going to spoil Yakuza 1 and 2, and maybe even a little bit of 3 in a way. Yakuza, so at the end of Yakuza 0, actually, you get, oh yeah, and I'm going to spoil Yakuza 0. At the end of Yakuza 0, you get the 3rd chairman of the Tojo clan. He ends up dying in Yakuza 1 after Kiryu comes out of prison. So now it's a whole, like, that's honestly not the main, it ties into the main plot. Like, oh, that's what they do. It's like, they mention stuff that's like, you have something like that, oh, this is what the main plot's going to be, but then it ends up like, oh, it actually ties into this thing, which actually be the main plot. That's what I actually love about all of the Yakuza games, is of how seemingly they can do that. So at the end of Yakuza, or at I can't remember where exactly he dies. I don't think it's at the beginning. But so you start the game off in Kamurocho at like I want to say the year 1990. But then Kiryu goes to prison for 10 years for killing the patriarchy of the Dojima family. Actually, Diego's father, who was actually the Dojima family. Like, that's the family that he was under him. Even though Kiryu did not kill him, it was actually his sworn brother Nishikiyama killed him to protect their friend. So, and then Kiryu's in prison for 10 years. Nishikiyama went over the edge during those 10 years because he lost his sister for that and everything. They delved into that in Yakuza Kiwami 1 about like why Nishikiyama became a batshit crazy guy. So then it becomes then eventually the 3rd chairman, Sarah, Sarah? I think that's what you say. He dies, and then they gotta find the will, because the will becomes the big thing. Is like, well, in that will, it says who the 4th chairman is. Turns out the 4th chairman is Kazuma Kiryu, which is super awesome. I actually loved how they revealed that in the game there. It's awesome. So then you beat the game, and then at the end he relinquished it. It's actually pretty funny, like how they mentioned, it's like, man, sworn in, and then you retire the same, like within an hour type thing. So then he gives the 5th chairman of the Tojo clan to a guy who was a part of the Omi Alliance, but he was an ally of Kiryu's adoptive father. So I can't remember his name exactly. So he becomes the 5th chairman. Then at the beginning of Yakuza 2, he dies, quote unquote, and then you're looking around for the 6th chairman, who Kazuma thinks like, you know what, Diego. Why don't we do Diego? He could be the 6th chairman, because Kazuma does not want to be the chairman. He wants out of the Yakuza game because he's taking care of Haru, his kind of adopted daughter, his niece. Like, that's the daughter of his friend, who he actually liked, but it's not his daughter, which is unfortunate. So he's taking care of Haru, so he can't be in the Yakuza business anymore. So that's basically like the whole, like, okay, that's what Yakuza 2 is all about. It's like, okay, we're trying to get Diego to be the chairman here. You know, we're doing all this shit, but we have to, like, you know, go to the Omi type thing, because he was supposed to be part of Omi in a way, and yeah. Turns out the 5th chairman did not die. It was all planned to, like, get revenge on the Tojo for what they did to his clan years ago, like in the, I want to say like in the 70s or something. This was like when Kiryu was actually still a kid, in a way, because he actually followed Kazuma, his adoptive father, into the building where he like slaughtered a lot of the people of the. Actually, it was part of the, not the same Chinese. I think it was the same Chinese mafia that Johnny Han was a part of, but it was like the. But it was the actual group, and then they did that. And he was actually part of that. He was like one of the 2 people or 3 people that survived the attack, because of Kazuma was like, yeah, no, I'm not killing you guys, type thing. So that's all it was. I guess I didn't really spoil 3 too much as I thought, but still. All right, let's see.
When we were finally forced to conclude that this is where it will all end. The problem was, how do we end the largest Yakuza group in Japan peacefully? We knew that if we simply broke the news to the officers, there would have been mutiny. To make matters worse, Watase had just been thrown behind bars by way of the 3K plan. And with their leader out of sight and out of mind, one wrong move could have started a coup.
Right.
But then we had the idea to use the Kamurocho 3K plan in our favor.
How'd you do that?
We came up with 2 steps to implement. First, ensure the 3K plan succeeded.
What the hell?
To achieve that, we purposely let Arakawa-san leak the Tojo clan
Right,
intel.
but does
Aoki
Aoki
drove
actually
the
know
Tojo
any of
clan
this?
out
That's the
Kamurocho,
thing. He probably
just
doesn't.
as we knew we would. He had no idea, of course, that this was our desired outcome.
Okay, yeah.
Amusing to think that he still considers it his greatest achievement. In reality, the 3K plan only worked because we allowed it to.
Apparently.
After that, the 6th chairman made his second request of me. I was to keep playing the role of the greedy traitor, dancing on the Tojo clan's grave.
Ah, okay.
All while bringing the Omi into Kamurocho to take the Tojo clan's place.
Arakawa-san's admirable efforts split the Sotenbori Omi horde right down the middle. Which leads us to Sotenbori as you see it now. Half its men stuck in Tokyo, weakened, spread too thin.
And this was Arakawa-san's goal all along? This exact situation?
Yes, and he finished it right on schedule. Watase's day of release is here, and we can make our announcement.
Mm-hmm. But as you see, majority of these people are not a big fan.
Fuck you, Watase! You're a goddamn traitor!
Freaking love Majima. Oh!
made sure this would be nice and sharp for today.
I love
I really
Majima.
want to test it out. Any volunteers?
Damn, seeing these Tojo clan legends fighting is fucking crazy!
Yeah, very impressive. These guys are all Omi officers, huh?
Remember they
They're
kicked
still
our
as
ass
many,
yesterday.
even with half of them in Kamurocho?
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you sound excited.
I'm not excited.
We're gonna march this declaration down to Osaka PD. I know, most of you are none too happy about it, so listen up.
So
If you
listen up. I
consider
actually like your
yourself
voice
real
too.
Yakuza, then you have to stop me by force.
Good shit. I'm starting to see the big picture, Arakawa-han.
Tendo.
This kind of brawl, most of us never lived to see one like it. So if we're gonna make history here, you bet your ass I'm gonna take a stand with the side having the most fun.
You twisting the knife on us, Tendo? I'd much rather fight with you than against you.
I'd say we're still looking pretty outnumbered here.
That's the whole reason they called us, man.
Finally time to step out of the shadows, huh? Look at us. We're about to have the fight of our lives just to get that point across. With the Yakuza legends at our side.
I have a feeling we're still going to end up fighting you at some point, Tendo.
Shit. Let's make it one to remember!
Hell fucking yeah, boy! Defeat the Omi Alliance members.
Show me what you got.
Orbital Annihilation. Actually, let's see the tag team, the Beast Brothers. Not bad.
I'm over here. You're in it. Go. Get
Now,
cool.
I'm not backing down.
Are you done with all the fun games yet?
Over here. Who wants to go?
You're gonna get stomped.
Pigeon Storm.
Have fun with this.
Illuminating Forecast.
Come on. Get serious.
I'm not backing down.
I'm over here. Who wants to go? On it. I got this. You're weak.
Right. We gotta help.
Seriously? Oh, thank you, Namba. Thank you for the follow-up. Ultimate stack slap.
With all the fun and games yet?
Pigeon Storm.
Have fun with this.
You can win. I got this. Who wants to go?
Get serious.
Let's see.
Right. No, don't want that.
You want to fight?
Out of my way!
Here we go.
Just gonna stand there? Are you done with
Try
all the
this
fun
on the
games
side.
yet?
Big on Watatse actually standing up there. Yeah, I remember Watatse. I think he actually was in Yakuza
Who wants to go?
I'm not backing down.
2 and up.
Check this out. You got something for you.
All the fun and games yet?
Smacked us.
You're gonna be in a world of hurt. Right. I'm ready now.
Get.
You're gonna get stomped.
Essence of Orbital Laser. No,
Who wants to
Let's just keep attacking him.
You're in it now.
Okay. That's better. That's better.
Right.
Those that
Weak.
cool.
That's one group down.
I did it!
Been up in a while.
Damn it. This has gone far enough. Watch yourself! Shit!
You think these two don't know how to fight? No! No!
I knew you weren't really gone.
So he's finally back. The Dragon of Dojima.
Fucking Kiryu Kazuma! Okay, so there's a reason why Ichiban is the new hero in Yakuza 7, which is this. Is because in Yakuza 6, Kiryu quote-unquote dies. But the only person that, like, there's, like, I think only one person who was like, nah, he's not dead. I can't remember if it's, like, or maybe, like, two people. But he's like, no, I'm just going to pretend to be dead because shit always happens to my family when I'm around. So with me dead, maybe they'll be left alone. Who the fuck is voicing this legend? Kazuma Kiryu, ex-Chojo Clan 4th chairman.
Watase? How did you find him?
Who, him? I don't know what you're talking about. He's just some extra muscle. Some bodyguard I hired. Couldn't even tell you his name.
Leave this part to me. You guys worry about the front line. I'll protect the back. Even if it costs me my life.
I don't know who you are. You sure know how to make an entrance.
Fucking Kiryu Kazuma. Dragonfish! Yeah, Kiryu, look at that!
All right. Time for seconds. This feast ain't over till it's over!
Oh, fucking god damn it! Oh, and his voice is music to my ears. I hope they say who voices him.
I'm not backing down.
Hey, now is the time. Oh, the legend himself, the Dragon of Dojima! It's time, Orbital Laser!
Let's get nutty!
And there we go. And there we go.
Strong.
Sup? Drunken Tiger.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm shaking. I'm shaking. His voice is... I have a feeling he voices someone else in this game too, not just Kazuma.
Nice. We did it.
It helps that I have a giant orbital laser. And everyone just walks out.
Good luck out there, Kasuga. You're gonna do great.
Talk about passing the fucking torch in a way. Ah, no problem.
Hey, Ichi.
Hi.
Arakawa-san.
Can we get that Peking
Sorry
duck
for
right
not
now?
standing up. My body's not following my orders right now.
Stop trying. You deserve to relax for once. I owe you
Well, we're
so
not
much.
done. No
If
way,
you
it's not
hadn't
that
shown
easy.
up with all your allies, things might have gone sideways.
Especially that giant fucking laser. What the fuck was that about? Ah, you know, running a business and becoming the #1 business in all of Ichijo will give you an orbiting laser. Really? What the fuck?
No, I didn't do anything. It was all my friends doing.
Well, then you have some very good friends. A rare thing.
Arakawa-san.
I'm very impressed and so happy you've survived all this, Ichi.
See that? See that? See that suture right there? That's where you shot me.
What's up?
Is that the end of the chapter? Or do we see like the fallout first? Nope, here it is. Breaking. Crime families to dissolve. Only Alliance announces dissolution. No, we're not there yet. I definitely have a lot of things I want to talk about first, but I'm going to wait until it's like, hey. Oh, hey. It's actually showing like the fruits that I have out there.
Hold on. Does this mean you were hiding the 6th chairman this whole time?
Yes, that's what I've been telling you. Do you see now?
Actually, I'm pretty damn confused.
Well, when you have more money than you know what to do with, social connections come naturally.
Is that Nick Ogata?
Connections like 6th Chairman Daigo-kun. We met under strictly professional circumstances, of course. He came to me for help after the Kamurocho 3
That's
case got
Ogata.
underway.
Did you hide Majima-san and Saejima-san too?
Oh, yes. And can I just say, despite their formidable reputations, they were perfect gentlemen each time I spoke with them.
Well, no, duh, Taiga
I never
is.
thought that
Saejima
you
is
of all
awesome.
people would end
Majima,
up
yeah, he's
rescuing
good
them.
too, but
Life is so random at times.
Well, I wouldn't say I rescued them. I just lent them a little muscle, that's all. Of course, then I got lost in the fun of the fight. The fight of a lifetime.
You are a Kawa fan, you. Well, you really love him, huh?
With all my soul. And we're meeting up later today. Call it a date, I guess.
Oh, how romantic. Well, you'll have to dish about it later.
Sure thing. Clear your schedule. I can talk about him for days.
oh, that was fun. oh, I'm still shaking because of Kiryu. Kiryu-chan! I want to hear Matthew Mercer doing that. Oh, hey, it's a boat. Only good things happen on a boat. Was that Nick?
I'm sorry
That sounded like
to bail
Nick.
on you, Ichi. I know we made our plans first, but I've known Chairman Hoshino 40 years now. It'd be impolite to turn him down.
I get it, boss. Totally get it. When there's a shot at Peking Duck and Heian Tower, you take it. It was kind of silly of me to invite you to a meal in the first place. I know that.
Kasuga, I'm not a boss anymore. Just a regular old man. I don't give a damn who I eat with.
Well, is Sotenbori all quiet now with the Omi alliance dissolved?
Fuck no.
People don't know how to react. Not the civilians, and certainly not the Yakuza. Former Yakuza. But I guess it's only natural when a 100-year-old institution just disappears.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that's
Any
like...
Omi guys rioting or anything?
No, even if they did, it wouldn't change anything. Even when they had real strength, they didn't manage to stop us from submitting the papers. And they've only waned since then. Hate to say it, but their reputation's in the toilet. We don't need to dunk their faces in the bowl, too. We'll just let it be.
For now, anyway.
Did you really know
I
it
think
would
this
all
is George
happen
the
this
guy.
way?
He's awesome.
No, we just did the best we could. And this is how the chips fell. I can't tell the future any more than the next man.
Well, you had me fooled. Really seemed like you saw it all coming.
I'm sure Masato's in a rage right now. He must be losing his mind.
No, he's probably
All his
okay with all
plans
this.
hinged on the Omi's support, and I just pulled the rug out from under him.
Did you? I mean, yes, but at the same time...
I never could help myself from giving in to his desires if he threw a fit. It's been true since he was a toddler. I'd always hoped he'd grow out of temper tantrums.
Some things between a father and son never change.
But I can't afford to go easy on him anymore.
No?
He isn't aware that well before he was governor, the 6th chairman and Watase were considering dissolution. By the time he pressured me to sell out the Tojo clan, all that did was accelerate their plan. Now Masato knows what growing power tastes like. If I don't stop him before it grows too large for his throat, he'll choke on it. He'll lose everything. Everything he's built. I just don't want to see that happen. Well, I should get going.
Boss. Earlier, you said you don't have a title anymore. So, what's your plan from here on out? What are you gonna do?
The 6th chairman and Watase knew that once their factions were gone, many of their men would lose their way with no Yakuza path to follow. That's happening now. So, they want to find some legal means to take in these wandering souls who have
okay, that's
nowhere
nice.
else to go. I'd like to help them with that task.
I see. Guess you do have total freedom to do whatever now, huh?
Yes. And the only thing I'm wondering is how am I going to kill the time? I think this is how every businessman must feel when he retires.
Oh, I think the thing ramped up a bit. The clarity.
Well...
Yep, because it's
that
not,
being
it
the
doesn't
case,
have the skip thing there.
Can I go back to being in the Arakawa family?
Ichi, are you?
It's just... When I was working in your family, it was the happiest time of my life. I felt that way ever since you rescued me at 16. I mean it.
But how can you still, after I sent you to prison in Masato's place, for 18 years, after lying to you that it was for the family?
Well, I accepted that when I went.
And then, after all that you did,
To be fair, he did do it for the
I
family in a
shunned
way.
You only did that to give me a chance to keep living.
No. All the chances you needed were inside you. Your own strength kept you alive. The truth is, I've never helped you at all. Not even once. You should hate me for all the things I've done. Why don't you?
Fine. If you really want to beat yourself up about it, then please let me back in the family with you.
There's no Ichiban. The Yakuza is dead. There's no family left.
Hey, Ichi. You were born at a soapland called Shangri-La, weren't you?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, are we
So
going to get some
I've been
backstory about him?
It's a hell of a story. One that's never sat well with me.
Huh?
I dream about it, you know.
You dream about it?
Yeah. I dream that it's 40 years ago. On that cold New Year's Eve night. Akane's there. And she's about to give birth to her baby. She gives birth in Shangri-La.
No. 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 Are they twins? Are they fucking twins? And Ichiban and Aoki are twins?
In the dream, it's Masato who ends up being born in that
Oh.
soapland.
No, it's just
No,
a dream.
come on.
Okay, no,
This
it's
is
just a dream.
embarrassing.
Nothing to be embarrassed about.
Okay, it was...
You've got a good...
Okay. I honestly thought... I'll be honest, it really... I was like, no fucking way. It's like Masato, Arakawa-san, because they're like around the same age. Ichiban and Masato. They're like the same age. I was like, no fucking way. They're not doing that, but no. It's like they didn't have twins, and she only ran away with one of them and left Ichiban at the soapland. I was like, no, that can't, that would be a big hell of a twist if that's the case. No, who knows? I mean, I'd be interested to learn if you know what? I'm going to save these thoughts. You know, no, I'll share it right now. If we don't get Ichiban's backstory in this game, we don't really need an in-depth story. We don't need to know who his real father is or anything like that, or even who his mother is, because his mother left, right? So we don't need to know them. That's not a big deal. Because like I said, Kazuma was an orphanage. There it is, right there. He's an orphan. That's all it is. But if we do get some clarity in this game, that'd actually be kind of sweet, in a way.
You're doing the best you can. It doesn't matter where you were born.
Thank you, sir.
I do love how beautiful this is,
I'm
by the way.
curious. Did you ever want to find your parents?
Oh, here we go.
Good question. I don't really know. At this point, I've gotten pretty used to not knowing them.
You've gone through a lot. Not that I have any right to speak to you about it. Well, no point in dwelling on a dream.
Bullshit. Fuck it. Just the fucking way that he, said that shit. I'm like, no fucking way. That is the case, isn't it? She did have twins. She left Ichiban at the soapland and took Masato with her. That is the case. That is the fucking case.
That's all.
Just
it
the way,
is,
he teared up and shit like that. That is the case.
I can go the rest of the way from here. See you tomorrow, Ichi.
Yo, this is Ichiban Kasuga. I like messages, so leave me one.
This is Hoshino, of the Seiryu clan. Kasuga, you need to call me as soon as you get this.
Yeah, he's dead.
This morning, they found Arakawa's body in the ocean.
I had a feeling that he actually knew that he was going to die too. Okay, guys, that is going to do it for this part of Let's Play Yakuza Like a Dragon. Whew! Oh, okay, so, like I mentioned before, that was actually really good. Like, holy shit. We're going into chapter 13, so we have 3 chapters left. So here's the thing. I mentioned this before. Because the final battle in Yakuza 6, I think Kiryu actually got shot a couple of times. So he's like, yeah, no, and like, Haruka saw him die. Like, even though he didn't die, he got taken to a secret hospital that I think we actually went to at some point in Yakuza 6. It's been years since I played Yakuza 6, like 2018, I think is when it came out. And that was like the last time I played it. I definitely need to like play through all these games again. I mean, I definitely have to because they all have a trophy like tied to play it on the hardest difficulty that doesn't get unlocked until you beat it the one time. But he died, and I think one person is in there, and he's like, "Hey, I want you to be like part of my group," type thing, like Secret Service-ish type thing. Again, I don't remember the details quite a lot. But that's basically that. The gist of it is like, yeah, you're gonna be like, I want you to like join me in a way, and I think he does. I honestly can't remember. That's definitely something I'll have to like rewatch, just so I know. But I think only like 3 people only knew that he was like alive, and even then, like you said, Majima said like that. He's like, I fucking knew you weren't gone. He's like, I fucking knew you weren't dead. Because, like, he put up a... Oh, man, I actually remember that scene. Like, Majima was like, no fuck... Like, at the end of Yakuza 6, he's like, there's no fucking way he's dead. There's no fucking possible way that he's dead, you motherfucker. Like he was doing... I think Diego did know that he was alive. And he was just like, yeah, you just do your thing, man. And obviously, Watase knew that he was alive. And I think Makoto Date, who was a police officer in Kamurocho that you meet like from Yakuza 1 all the way up, knew he was alive too. But I think he knew he was alive just because of like a subtle hint of something, like a letter that he got that didn't say that he was alive, but like just something that was in there that he's like, no motherfucker, I can't believe you were alive type thing. But again, he did it so that he could protect his family. He's like, no, I'm gonna be dead because with me alive, it seems like no matter what, I always get dragged back into the Yakuza world. And as a result, my family gets dragged into too, and they don't deserve it. So I'm going to stay dead to protect them type thing. And yeah, it's great. Going back to Arakawa, I am 100% certain that is the case. That Akane had twins, and she had twins at the Soapland at Shangri-La. And she left Ichiban there and took Misato with her. I don't know why, but just the way that Arakawa was like, crying and all that shit. And like the way he reacted, he's like, oh no, Yusuf, like, thinking over a dream or whatever. The way he said that made it sound like that was the case. Like, you cannot convince me otherwise. until they flat out say, no, that's not the case, you can't convince me otherwise. I have a feeling we will find that out now. Like I said, it's not a big deal. We didn't need to know about Kasuga's past at all. Like, there it is right there. His parents, his mom was a sex worker at Shangri-La. One of the customers got a little too close to her. She gave I don't understand how the whole, that whole thing works, but obviously I think if one of your workers at a place like that gets pregnant, that's kind of a no-no. But they're like, oh, sure, whatever. And, they both up and left. There it is. That's plain and simple. Would it have been nice to, like, met them at some point? Maybe. But I feel like that whole Arakawa actually being his father, it would kind of make some sense in a way of, like, how much he treats Ichiban like his son. It sucks that he treats him more of a son than he does Misato. Who knows? Maybe it's the exact opposite. Maybe Ichiban is his actual son, and Misato was actually not his son, but that's a baby that she took. Like, they were both... She took Masato instead. Who knows? I don't know. I hope that one's not the case where it's like, oh no, Ichiban is Arakawa's son, and Masato was just... it was a mixed up. I hope that's not the case. I can see them doing that, though, because... It's that kind of a twist that Yakuza kind of does sometimes. It's like, oh yeah, no, you're Arakawa's son. And Misato has no relation to him at all, but it was just a baby that Akane took when she came to the Soul Plan type thing. Like, she meant to take you, but she took him instead. So who knows? And maybe that could be why his quote unquote mother walked out, is because, like, this isn't my child, why the fuck should I care? And left. I don't know. I highly doubt that's the case because he does, like, not so much Ichiban, but Misato does look more so like Arakawa than Ichiban does. So, I don't know. Maybe he got most of his look for his mother. And that could be another case right there, too, with the whole, if they're twins things. He got more of his look from his father, and he got more look of the mother. That could be it, too. I don't know. But until I'm told otherwise, that is my guess as to... Either way, Arakawa is Ichiban's real father. Like, that's my thing. Is like, yeah, that's the case. But I digress. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this part of Let's Play Yakuza Like a Dragon. In the next part, guys, heavy stuff. Heavy fucking stuff. Cannot wait. Oh, and here's another thing I want to mention. So, it sucks that that Kiryu was in this game. Because they showed him off in a trailer. Same with Majima and same with Taiga. It sucks that they showed them off in trailers. Otherwise, if they did not show them off in trailers at all, I feel like that they would have had bigger impacts when you actually got to see them. Especially with Kiryu. Because, obviously, you should have played Yakuza 6 before this. But he's dead. Like, quote-unquote dead. And he's like, I'm done with that life. I'm done with the life of a Yakuza type thing. So, yeah. But it sucks. It also sucks that I fucking see thumbnails on YouTube all over the place. Like, oh, here's the guy versus Kiryu. It's Yakuza 7 fighting Kazuma Kiryu. English dub, all this stuff. I'm like, motherfucker. So that's why I'm going to do my damnedest not to spoil that when it comes to thumbnails. It's going to be... Unfortunately, I'm going to do that one with the... Unfortunately, I did that one with the previous thumbnail showing off Majima in a way, but with Majima it's more believable because, I mean, granted, in Yakuza 5, there's a thing like, oh, he's dead, but obviously that's not the case. That turns out to be false. You'll learn that in, how they split it up is you play as 4 different characters. I believe there's, they each have, 4 chapters. Maybe not even that many, maybe 3. And then there's, then you go back to Kiryu, for the end of the game, which I think is 2 chapters or something like that. I don't know. It's even been longer since I played Yakuza 5 than it's been since I played Yakuza 6, which I will play through that again when I get to the PS4 version of that after I beat the PS4 version of Yakuza 4. But I digress. I feel like they have more of an impact. Now, granted, they show them as a summon, so okay, that could be some bullshit. Maybe there's oh, hey, here's a here's like a summon number. So it's like, okay, maybe they wouldn't have an impact on the story type thing. But yeah, I feel like they definitely would have had more of an impact on people playing this game if they were not included in trailers. But I digress. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give the like button a click. Comment down below what you guys liked about the video, didn't like about the video. And let me know, what do you guys think of the end of the Yakuza era? It's crazy. Like, I'm trying to think how this is going to go forward in the game series, because they're not done. No way in hell. This is not the end. Ichiban, I feel like, has gotten so popular now that they're definitely going to make at least another game of Ichiban being the hero. And that's actually a good thing, too. I mean, I'll probably talk more about this when I'm done with the LP, but I love how they're doing this now. With Judgment, that's obviously going to get another sequel. So Judgment is like, it still follows somewhat of the Yakuza, but it has like no ties in what's... I mean, it might have like little nods here and there of Yakuza 1 through 6. But it's like they never mentioned like people by name that have been in those. There might have been some of them, but it wasn't a big deal. Obviously, that's going to like this game's going to have an effect on Judgment 2. Maybe. It should. You know, the Yakuza has dissolved. But there's probably a way that they can definitely do it. You know, there'll be stragglers. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's definitely people right now. We're not done. We're going to fight Tendo in some shape or form. And he's probably going to go with Arakawa. Hell, Tendo's probably the one that killed Arakawa. So he's probably more so with the Aoki than anyone. So... that's my guess. So yeah, so you'll definitely have like that. You'll definitely have stragglers that's like, no, we're going to start back the Yakuza. So that could tie into both Judgment and Yakuza 8 or Like a Dragon 2, whatever they're going to call the next Ichiban game. And that's great too, because if you're more of a fan of the quote unquote traditional fighting style of the Yakuza game, that's Judgment. They can definitely carry it on via Judgment. And with Yakuza Like a Dragon, I like if they keep it as an RPG style like this, because this is fun. They're both fun. Don't get me wrong. They are both fun. So I like this anyway. But anyway, guys, I prattled on too much here. Thank you all so much for watching once again. And I'll see you all next time.